Alibaba stock is trading at a relatively inexpensive valuation. I have here the forward price to earnings ratio of 8.58, down big time from the highs of over 30 back in 2021. So this inexpensive valuation has a lot of investors asking what's going on with Alibaba stock. So in this video, I'm going to go through some of the big picture items on what's going on with Alibaba stock, and I'll have deeper analysis coming out as well because I know there's going to be a lot of investor interest in this inexpensive stock right now. So let's get right into it, starting with the big picture. COVID-19, the Chinese economy is just now reopening from COVID-19. It's been the latest economy to reopen. Most other economies reopened starting 2021, I want to say, and then really accelerated in 2022. China just reopening late 2022, really just momentum getting going in 2023. So the CEO of Alibaba talking about, as COVID-19 cases waned after the Chinese New Year, which is around February, business and social activities gradually recovered in China. And that's the big theme here, is that the recovery in China has been gradual. I was expecting a more pronounced rebound when the economy did reopen. I've been underwhelmed with the recovery in China. As a result, I've downgraded a couple of stocks, most notably Nike, because I was expecting a more pronounced recovery. So that's something to keep an eye out for here with Alibaba, because its primary business profit segment is reliant on the Chinese economy. Even though it's got business internationally in the cloud and all that, the primary core business relies on the Chinese economy. So in the past quarter, revenue reached 208 billion RMB, and that was growth of about 2%. However, adjusted EBITDA grew by 60% year over year due to cost cuts and cost controls. So they did a good job of boosting profits even though revenue only slightly increased. Now, in the past few months, we've noticed a gradual recovery in China consumption, but consumer confidence and spending power still need further momentum. So it's still just in the early stages of recovery, and the tailwind from the reopening hasn't materialized yet in a meaningful way. So it's likely to happen. It's just a matter of when. Will it? Will the momentum accelerate in the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter? We don't know yet, but the recovery is slow. That much we do know. And at the same time, competition among multiple consumption platforms is still fierce, and everybody is trying to capture that next customer. So that's not good news for Alibaba. And we can start to understand why the stock price is trading so inexpensively. You have a weak consumer demand environment coupled with fierce competition, and that's not good news. Fierce competition is never good news, but it's even worse when there's weak consumer demand. In international commerce, we will focus on building core capabilities to support sustainable development of the business and capitalize on the advantage of China's supply chain, right? China's got one of the strongest supply chains in the world. Alibaba plans to capitalize on that to expand internationally. And finally, in cloud computing, progress in industrial digitization and the emergence of AI have created higher demand for computing power. And that's the theme we've been hearing in the first quarter. Nearly every company I talk about is discussing artificial intelligence. Alibaba is no different, stating, you know what, the rise of artificial intelligence, it's going to create a boost in demand for computing power, and our cloud computing segment is going to benefit from that. So that's a bit of good news there for Alibaba. However, I will note that those are smaller segments, the international and the cloud computing segment, compared to its China commerce segment. And so that's the area, if you're interested in Alibaba stock, That's the factor, the macroeconomic factor to pay the closest attention to is the recovery in the Chinese economy, the recovery in Chinese consumer spending. Okay, so I hope I've shed some light on what's going on with Alibaba stock. The stock is trading at a relatively inexpensive valuation, and I'll have more videos coming out on Alibaba stock over the next few days. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.